Hey there everyone, welcome, and today we're going to take a look at, well, something a little different. What do you mean a little different? I'm not in the mood for different. I got a case of the Mondays. Oh, sorry man, I didn't know you had a case of the Mondays. Yeah, I got the whole damn case. The whole damn case, not just one, a case. Oh, well, how many are in a case? 15. That's a real oddly specific number. Literally. Alright, so today, I thought, since I just got in this Marvel Select Super Skrull, we'll do some comparisons. Comparisons of what? I've got several. Let's go. First up is Iron Man. Oh, he does whatever an iron can. I suppose he's got nicely pressed suits. No, he's in an iron suit. Oh, well, that's oddly specific. Well, really, it's titanium. How was I supposed to know? I don't know. You watched the movie, didn't you? I can't afford Disney Plus. But there's a movie and you did see it. Somewhere. Alright, so this round we're going to compare the original Marvel Legends Toy Biz version to the new updated Hasbro version. There's like 20 years of difference. Is this a fair comparison? Ironically, I think it is. Because if you look at them side by side, really the Toy Biz one still holds up very well. Toy Biz is primitive and got articulation that looks weird. Some do, but that's not in this case. Yeah, no, it looks weird. I just don't like it. Of course you don't. Now, the new one, there are a few things. I think they missed an opportunity by not painting the eyes. Why would they paint the eyes? Have you seen the gold one? No. They painted the eyes. Really? Yeah, and it's just a repaint of this one. Well, that's weird. Now, of course, one of the major things about this Iron Man, and to me it's a real turnoff, is they did that swirly plastic again. I think they could have just put on a really nice coat of shiny paint and it would have been perfect. Thankfully, the Toy Biz one never did that. Well, that's because Toy Biz didn't think to. It's such an innovation. You're never going to get over Toy Biz, are you? No, I'm not. They should have never had that license. Hasbro is supreme. I'm telling you now. Okay, and you have the right to your opinion. Now, the Hasbro one comes with those blast effects and those smoke that wraps around is supposed to be simulating flying. To me, it just doesn't work. Of course it doesn't to you. You hate Hasbro. Yeah, I know, I hate Hasbro. To be perfectly honest, you have the original Toy Biz one. I don't see a reason to upgrade. The upgrade isn't bad, but it's nothing special. Plus, the Toy Biz one you can still get at a reasonable price. How dare you insult Hasbro, the greatest toy company in the world? We're not going to talk about how they treat people. It's just life. Moving on. Okay, so you don't want to do Hasbro to Toy Biz. Let's do Hasbro to Hasbro. Hasbro to Hasbro? What the hell does that mean? Let's take a look at regular Destro and single-carded Destro. Why would I want to do that? Well, honestly, this was a mistake. I had originally ordered Gung Ho retro carded, and they sent me Destro, and they didn't have a Gung Ho left. Hasbro Plus did? No, this was Walmart. This was when they were Walmart exclusives. Well, Walmart sucks. Do they? No, not really, but, I'm going to say they do. Okay, now the comparisons here, honestly, there's not that much. The major difference between Destro as he was originally released and the single carded, the gray does not highlight some of the details on the retro card one, where it does on the regular release. Well, that's it. Well, there's a red highlight on Destro's gun that is a little different, and the holster's a little different, but not majorly. It's basically the same. It's just painted different. So this almost is the same release. I think so. The collar is a tiny bit different. And yeah, I mean, on this one, if you got one, don't get the other. It's that simple. Well, that is simple. It's almost too simple. Why the hell would you make it so simple? I don't know. I mean, it's... Honestly, I really do feel like, for the most part, Destro's just a repaint. Yeah, he kind of is, I guess. I mean, that is kind of boring. But I guess it works for people who didn't get him. Okay. I'll bend to that one. Those two are down. I mean, those were pretty quick, easy comparisons. Let's get some more complex ones. But I don't want to get into complex. Complex is complicated. Well, of course it is. So what are we doing? Super Skrull. Marvel Select versus the Marvel Legends 2-pack one. Oh no. You're comparing Hasbro to another company. Come on, it's not fair. Well, this one is a little more interesting than the previous ones we've done. So let me go through with this. Oh. Alright, whatever. Now, the Marvel Select, of course, there's a little bit of issue with the articulation. Of course, it's a little less. They tend to do that with Marvel Selects. You know, single joints instead of double in many cases. Stuff like that. Inferior! Okay, if you think so. Also, Marvel Select is in a different scale. Yeah, it's in a different scale. It's not fair to compare them. However, even though they are in a different scale, they're not that far apart in size. Well, that's strange. Now, one thing I noticed with the Marvel Select, it does seem to be leaning much more into Black Bolt's look than anything else on the Illuminati. Okay, I'll give you that one. On his back is the wings, and even a swappable head that is screaming and has the energy bolts from Black Bolt and a screaming effect. Versus the Marvel Legends, looks like they try and do Doctor Strange, Mr. Fantastic, and Iron Man with him. SD, I told you, it's a Hasbro superior. However, all they really gave him was swappable arms, so he didn't really get that much to work with. He's got a stretchy arm, an armored arm, and Doctor Strange's cape. Budget cuts. No, I don't think that was it. I think if the Marvel Legends one had gone a little bit further and given us something that maybe would have, I don't know, moved the needle a little bit, like bendy wire in the arm, or, you know, maybe swappable hands with the armored one, something like that, I think we would have had something here. But the fact is, they just kind of went really lazy route with it. They can't do everything, you know? You expect Hasbro to be the kings or something. Isn't that what you say? Well, yeah, but, you know, I'm a shill. I have to. Okay. 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 We're going to just say okay all day? Probably, because, you know what, I really have nothing else to say. I mean, this is hard to defend. Yeah, it is. Now, whereas the Marvel Select at least goes further into some of the powers of Super Skrull, it kind of concentrates on one of the members of the Illuminati. The inferior. Hasbro tried to cover more ground. I give him that. I just wish they had done it better. For what ground it covers, the Select really covers it well. That screaming effect is pretty freaking awesome, actually. Okay, maybe Hasbro should have stole that scream effect idea. And, to be truthful, I mean, this is not the Super Skrull any of us want anyway. We want the classic one. Oh yeah, the one with like thing powers and Invisible Woman and stretchy arms. Yeah, you're right on that one. But Hasbro did that one. Yeah, and it's a very hard to find Build-A-Figure now. Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, last but not least, we're going to take a look at the animated box set Wolverine versus the X-Men 97 Wolverine. I'm staying over here because Wolverine scares me. Okay, so really there's not a whole lot that needs to be said. We know the retro packaging and all that. We know the VHS packaging and all that. So let's get Wolverine out of the box. Damn right you're going to get him out of the box. Whoa, dude. Calm down. I'll get him out of the box. You're pretty brave to stand up to me. I have plot armor. Really, the major thing is the unmasked head. We get that with the X-Men 97. Don't get it with the animated. He also has a hood that goes down, so, you know, he does win points on that. Yeah, well, I mean, you gotta have that maskless head, but both of these are Hasbro, so they both rock out! Okay. The claws are mostly the same. The real thing that wins out on this Wolverine, from the X-Men 97 one, he's pinless. Well, of course he's pinless. He's superior. Well, the X-Men Animated Series one has pins. It was a different time. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Dude, there wasn't even a year between these releases. Oh, you and your whole toxic honesty. Ah. But honestly, when you look at them together, look at the butterfly joints and everything, a lot of this is reuse. It is the same figure. Well, why wouldn't they reuse it? It's Wolverine, he's popular. Right, the major differences are the pins and the cell shading, of course, that comes with the animated one. Yeah, that animated one is cell shading. Ew, gross. To me, though, I mean, they're pretty damn close. I would have to say, I mean, if you already have the earlier animated one, there's not a whole lot of point to be killing yourself to get the X-Men 97 one. Isn't the X-Men 97 one considered animated? Well, of course it's animated. They're both animated, but one's the VHS series and one's X-Men 97. Well, I mean, you know, who plays VHS anymore? It's kind of what we're getting at in a very roundabout way. Are you sure you know what you're talking about? Yeah. Because VHS is way outdated. I know. So why would you buy a VH pack for Wolverine? Have you already forgot about the animated VHS packs for the X-Men? Oh, I did forget about that. Yeah, collectors have very short attention spans. Yeah, we do. Alright. Back to the subject at hand. I mean, the Wolverine, the pins aren't that bad because they are the same color as the rest of the figure. So they're not quite as noticeable. You know, the big thing is when you have characters like Spider-Man, you have a red pin coming out the other side on his blue part of his outfit. Yeah, that sucks. The other weird thing about the X-Men 97 one is I haven't figured out, the trunks seem to come down on his leg a little bit in a weird way. I mean, I'm not sure who picked that design or why, but it is something that catches your eye and you're like, okay, what's going on here? Well, they didn't want to over-sexualize Wolverine. Does it matter? He's wearing a full outfit. Okay, I got nothing. That was the best I had. Alright. So anyway, again, I really think if you already got the Wolverine, you're kind of okay with just not bothering with the X-Men 97. If you got the X-Men 97, alright, you got the better one. It's only better by a few inches, though. Yeah, that's what she said. Are you done? For the moment. Okay, guys. Let's take a look at comparing and contrasting a few figures just really quick. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to do all the YouTube stuffs. You know, like, comment, subscribe. Help the channel grow. That's what she said. You guys take care.